I'm Robert Carmack from Sleepy Hollow, 400 Chicken Lane in Sleepy Hollow subdivision. And I've been there for 51 years and about a month. And this weekend's a sad time out there at Sleepy Hollow. I don't know where it came through you all or where, but it's, I've got this right here, and it's on the fence out there. And it says, and if it can happen out there, it can happen around any of you all's lots, your houses. It says right here, Cold Creek Rentals, phone number, the hideaway, overnight rental, www.coldcreek.com. Now, well, the reason I'm down here tonight for is I've been there all these years. I've raised my family there, and I'm proud of Sleepy Hollow. But not this day. I'm not proud of Sleepy Hollow. What's going on out there? Cold Creek is up in the mountains up there, and that's where they can stay for a life cure. Because they pulled my daughter out of there. It took 4 hours to get them out of there, and she stayed in the hospital over 3 weeks. So I know what Cold Creek will do for people. It breaks the families up, runs the insurances up, and everything else. But more than all, it's out there in my subdivision, our subdivision, that the people that lived out there have been proud of. And right now, I believe if Fox was living, it's right in front of Fox's house. And I want to know if any of the council had anything to do with giving permission from them to be out there where you all can make money off of it.
But are you referring to short-term rentals?
Yeah, is this a Airbnb?
What?
Is this like an Airbnb, like they rent it by the day or week?
Right there's what's on the sign on the fence right there. And when I was coming down here, coming out Sleepy Hollow into Midway there, do y'all know where it's at?
No.
Well, you didn't have nothing to do with it, did you?
It's an overnight rental, it looks
Okay,
like.
yeah.
We have an ordinance in place for overnight rentals, Airbnbs that are converted houses to rentals.
Well,
this one is working outside of that. They are not registered and they do not have a permit.
well, what can I go about doing getting rid of them? We don't need them out there. I had to wait. They was leaving there this evening, and they was out in the road in trailers from here to back there.
Here's what I would encourage. When in that situation, call Chief Laxton, call the police department, and and if there's something that needs to be resolved, we'll resolve it. But on the short-term rental side, when you own a home, you're allowed to rent that home out.
Well,
and it's not. I mean, Cold Creek doesn't own that house. Some private individual owns that house,
It's called that.
and they're renting it out to folks.
Cold Creek signs right there on the fence.
I know, but I mean, they're just. You can have a business called Cold Creek Rentals. That's not Cold Creek, the mountain. That's just.
Well, if that's a business, you just got through saying a business, didn't you? Is that not what you just said, business?
You can own a business, and businesses own houses.
If you rent, that sign is just like a motel sign. Rental. Call in on the computer or call in on the phone and rent me a room overnight right there or whatever. If that ain't commercial, this is a residential place out there. It ain't no commercial place.
There is a mechanism with an ordinance that does allow for it, but they've got to be permitted. Right. This 400 Chickapin, what's their address?
Well,
it's on Sleepy Hollow.
it's the first, well, he lives in Sleepy Hollow. He knows what.
Yeah, Robert
have you been out of Sleepy Hollow this weekend?
Yeah, I come out there a while ago when they was coming out the road.
Well, what do you think about the place now? You pay your taxes out there. And I've been paying it for 51 years out there, but I don't like it. I ain't missed my taxes, I ain't missed no water bills, nothing out there. And I raised my family out there, and I've lost 2 of the kids, and I lost my wife out there, but I'm still hanging on out there. But there's no excuse. If Cold Creek can rent out to these 4-wheelers, they can rent out to prostitutes. They don't know who the hell's calling in, do they? Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm sorry, I apologize. And I don't need to get upset because of my heart. But I don't have any years left, no one.
Right.
But for the kids that goes to school out there and all that, that does not need to be out there in a residential area. Now, it can happen right next to you too then.
There is a mechanism for them to get permitted to be an overnight rental. Now, they'll have to follow certain rules once they get that permit.
Right.
And we'll make sure they follow those rules. I'll make contact with the owners of it now that I got the contact information, and I'll send them a certified letter. But there is a process. If they do get permitted and do it properly, they will be allowed to stay. Now, if they don't meet the criteria of the permitting process, they won't be able to. But under city ordinances, it'd be up to $50 a day fine.
Oh, my Lord.
So they may make more money on the rentals and having the fine, but so we will do something about it. But there is a process that they can follow.
Is the city making any money off of that then?
I think we make like a $50 permit fee.
Permit fee? Oh, a permit fee, but you're making money off of it. You ain't got no business making money off of a place like that in a residential area that we've raised our families, and the kids have got to go right by it, and the school buses have got to go right by it, and like I say,
Parking on the
it just ain't right now, I'm telling you.
Now, parking on the street, they shouldn't be doing with the
Well-
trailers. They need to have enough parking for each of their, however many bedrooms they have.
If you've got a trailer on you get to that door, and you got a truck on it,
Yeah.
and you got 4 of those 4-wheelers on it, and you're backing that thing in, you blocking that, it's just a gate there, and you blocking it in, and we have to wait till they get out of the way. The school bus comes by there of a morning early, and they're doing that. He's got to, now, there's no sense in letting them be in a residential area. I can see a commercial out here, plenty of commercial places.
Mr. McCormick, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I would suggest that he contact a lawyer of his choice and look at the zoning and file a civil lawsuit, because he's asking the town to do it, and the town has limited ordinances and stuff that we've, Airbnbs are permitted and so forth. If he feels like it violates restrictive covenants, then he can file his own lawsuit.
That's correct, you can, and you're entitled to that, and I would encourage you to do that.
Do what, sir?
Contact a lawyer and file a civil suit against the owners of that property. So.
And if they're parking in the street, let the police
Right,
know.
let the police know. I mean,
And they'll-
Chief Laxton's standing right there. He is a very proactive.
He is.
Oh, I know you got good police department. They come by,
So-
they do their job. I don't have no problem with you.
Sure.
That's the reason I don't come down here now. You don't see me down here, but I got upset over that this weekend, because you go outside and all at once you see all these 4-wheelers out there in a residential area, and it ain't right.
Thank you.
And it can happen to anybody.
Anyone else at this time?